Hello. Let's see if anyone is here. I didn't really promote this at all this week, so I wouldn't be terribly surprised if very few people came. How's everyone doing today? Oh, Kaylee's here. Hi, Kaylee. Jessica. Thank you, Jessica. You're always here. I love it. Let's see. It looks like there might be one more person maybe here. Courtney, hello. Yeah, I haven't written since last Wednesday or edited or anything. I tried. I sat and stared at my blank screen for a while, but I didn't actually get any editing done. Oh, I realize I need to close my door. Well, my dog's not in here. I'll wait till he comes back. Yeah, so how's everyone doing? It's just me today, which I haven't done in a while, so it feels weird being alone again. You can see my mask over there. I didn't realize that was hanging there. Yeah, I think a lot of us aren't doing a lot of writing this week. I can hear everything that's going on in the living room. Yeah, so I'm still working on revisions for that book. That I have the revision notes from my agent on. My hair still has not had a haircut, so it's kind of doing whatever right now. Especially in the back. The back's the worst. Like I don't know what's happening. So I'm gonna be trying to work on my revision today. What are y'all gonna be working on? What are you doing tonight? What are your goals for tonight? And hey, Jennifer. Yeah, what's going on? My hair is so long I sit on it by mistake sometimes now, Kaylee said. When I was younger, my hair was very long. And the worst is like when you sit down on the toilet and it gets underneath your butt on the toilet. That's when I was like, okay, no, seriously, I have to cut my hair now. Yeah, it's weird because that's like literally the only place it curls, and like that's the only length it curls. Like once it's long, it won't curl there anymore. Jessica, you work on revision still. Courtney's working on a novel, hoping to write about 1,000 words. Nice. I realized before I went live, I didn't test the timer. So if you've never been here before, sometimes when I share my timer, it like crashes Chrome for some reason. So if that happens whenever I start the timer or whenever I go to share the timer, I promise I'll be right back. It'll just be like a minute before I come back. So don't worry about that. Mine just does it. I don't know. My hair is super straight. I think it's because the other hairs underneath are like pushing it out. Courtney, you attended the Nebulas this weekend, so you're inspired and got a lot of information, but you have work to do. Yeah. I listened to a craft audiobook. Well, I started listening to a craft audiobook this week that I DNF'd because some of y'all might have seen me tweeting about it. It was just so like there's literally an entire chapter talking about why every other method of writing is wrong. And the worst part is like they don't even conflict with her method. Like they're just tools that can be involved in her method. Like she has this whole chapter about how plotting is wrong, but basically hers is just like a character-based plotting method, which so so you could be a plotter and use a character-based plotting method. I don't understand. Anyway, it was making me so angry that like I started to resent the narrator, and the narrator does a lot of YA fiction. So I had to stop listening just so I wouldn't hate the narrator. Let's see. You just get stuck under your arms. Oh, when I played sports and my hair was long, yeah, it would get, because you get sweaty and then it like swings under there. It's terrible. Yeah, so I had to stop it. But then I started listening to 2 more audiobooks. So it's fine. I need to cleanse my palate. Yeah. I've been listening to the Creative Pen podcast with Joanna Penn. And she's a lot about like indie publishing, but a lot of things are, I mean, she does some craft episodes too, but I mean, even I feel like traditional published authors can learn a lot from indie authors in terms of marketing and stuff like that. Like we don't have control over like prices and stuff and covers, but you can still learn a lot from them. And she's always very positive. So that's good. So that's a nice alternative to that. I realize why my dog's not in here is because my parents are eating and they think they're gonna feed him. I listened to the first episode of Ask the Bards. I did. The only thing for Ask the Bards is I found a lot of the info to be like really intro level 101, so like all stuff that I already knew. But if you're just starting out or if you're like newer to industry, it's definitely going to be a good resource for you. I'm sure there is some stuff that's like next level, but maybe not in that first episode. Hey, Ebony, so glad you can join us. We have about 3 minutes left before we start our usual first writing sprint, and there are a lot more of you tonight than I thought there would be. So thank you so much, because I didn't really promote this one, and I wasn't even sure if I was going to do it really. But I will definitely be doing this next Wednesday, and probably at least the Wednesday after that. I'm just going to keep going for as long as I can until I have to start going into work. And even when I do start going into work, it may not be every day. So we'll see what happens. I might be able to keep doing them and just moving them later to like 7:30 or 8. I don't know if that would work for y'all. Those are Eastern times, of course. Hey, Emily, so glad you could join us. We haven't started writing sprints yet, so you're good. Yeah. Jennifer said some of it is still that way, but some of it seemed more in depth. Yeah, it's always like a hit or miss kind of thing, right? Because like some people want it earlier so they can get to bed early, and some people are like, my kids, that's bedtime, I'm putting my kids to bed. And so who knows what works for everybody. Hey, Victoria. Yeah, I'm not in the mood to write either, but we're gonna make it happen. We're gonna do something at least, right? Someone texted me, sorry. Jennifer, you're still cooking dinner. Jennifer co-hosted with me last week, and she was like cooking dinner up until like it was time to go live, and then she just had to eat dinner afterwards. Yeah, I have like a 10,000 short that I have to write this month, and I'm also editing a book, so I definitely need to write, and I really, really have not been able to at all. Like I literally several times this weekend, like sat down with my Excel sheet and my Scrivener open, and then I was just like, yeah. So it sounds like later works for a lot of you, so that's good. You'll eat during the first sprint. Oh God, I'm glad you started Kelly's book. I love her book. The voice is so great, and It made me laugh so many times. It's great. Am I a freelance editor? No, no. I work full time and I volunteer for Pitch Wars and I write under two pen names and I write for Book Riot. And so I just really don't have any more time to squeeze anything in. I used to be a freelance book publicist because I was a book publicist for Entangled for a while. But I even stopped doing that because I just like, I need to not have 5 jobs. 4 jobs is fine. 5 jobs is a little much. You spent the whole day knitting. That's more productive than what I did. I just kind of like scrolled through Twitter for hours on end. Oh, Kaylee, you've got to get your MC out of Exploding Warehouse. All right. Yeah, so it's about time to start our first 20-minute sprint. So I'm going to pull that timer up again. If my Chrome crashes, I will be back in just a minute. So here we go. 1, 2, 3. Oh, we're still here. Excellent. Yay. I'm so happy. Okay. Oh, are you talking about Pitman, Ebony? Yeah, I think you should go for it. Let me know if you're ready. If you're ready to query, of course. That's always a caveat. All right, so y'all ready to get started with our first write-in? As soon as I start the timer, I think I'm going to go try and close my door. But so if you see me disappear, I'll be right back. Don't tell me. I know. I've been retweeting a lot, and I know my agent follows me on Twitter. It was funny though, because like she tweeted something at her agent about, because she's also a writer. They were talking something about like when you tweet about like not being good or like slacking off, and then your agent likes it, and I just posted like the little eyeballs because she does that to me, and she's like, "Oh, I didn't even realize." All right, so on your mark, get set. Hold on, let me pull up the banner first so we can get that going. Where is it? I added some extra banners. Okay, there it is. And I'm gonna make that bigger too. Oh, it's red. It's like, that's probably a good idea, Rosalind. All right, ready, set, and go. All right, that is time. Let's switch to this. How did everyone do? I got through a chapter, but I didn't make any real changes in it. So basically, I read a chapter. I don't know. Reflecting is hard, man. Waiting for everyone to come back. And my character ate an egg McMuffin, and it just made me hungry. So that's where I'm at. I'm just having water today. All right, let's see. Terry, hey Terry, welcome. Got $2.99, nice. Ebony got through 6 pages of edits and half a glass of wine. I'm really jealous right now of your wine, Ebony. Courtney wrote 186 words. Concentrating is not my thing today. Concentrating is not really, I think, anyone's. Everyone I've talked to is having a tough time. Oh, Emily. It's really good that I don't have to turn this book in until 2021. Oh, no. You drink a cocktail, too. Yeah. It's definitely... That definitely counts for something. Hold on, let me get this. Okay. 387 words of long, wandering sentences. Hey, Jessica. Delicious sangria. All right. Jessica had some ice spice tea, only realized it didn't go with the pretzels I was eating. The salt didn't mix well with it. Maybe save it for like after the pretzels are gone. Yeah, concentrating is really hard right now. Like I said earlier, every time I tried to write this weekend, I just ended up scrolling through Twitter. I found myself doing it today. So I've been saying that like these sessions are like often the only way that I get work done on hard weeks. And because like I feel pressure because y'all are watching me, so I feel pressure to write. So like, and I thrive on external pressure, so that works for me. But I had to go to search for something, and Twitter was there, and I was like, oh, I should look at Twitter. Just like the little voice inside my head. No, I should not look at Twitter, Sarah. No words yet. A little bit of editing. Nice. Sometimes you gotta use that first 20 minutes to like kind of get your head in the game. I feel like most people get. I don't know if y'all can hear my dog drinking water, but that's happening. I feel like every session we do, everyone gets like a little more productive each time. Technically had 105 words, 1 sick pet, 2 kids, and a few sips of wine. Oh gosh. I mean, that's 105 more words than you had before we started, so it's good. I'm tired too. Need to get more sleep. I don't know what to talk about, y'all. I'm just like, I'm distraught. I'm tired. Disillusioned. I don't know, everything. Is anyone reading anything right now that they want to share? Anything here? Let's see. I am listening to one book is called 100 Side Hustles, which is a book from the guy who does Side Hustle University podcast. And it's just about like side gigs that people have created for themselves. And that was like the publisher sent me that one. I'm listening to How to Be an Anti-Racist by Ibram X. Kendi. I got that one from Libro FM, which is my favorite place to buy audiobooks because it supports independent bookstores. And it's the subscription is the same price as Audible, so same books, everything. So, oh, you got an arc of Lane Fargo's They Never Learn. Oh, that sounds good. I can't do yoga, Ebony. I don't get it. It doesn't work for me. I feel like every time I try to take like an intro, like a beginner yoga class, it feels like it's intermediate and no one told me. Like there's literally, I've never seen an actual intro to yoga, beginner class, whatever. Anyway, I mean the senior yoga. We talked about it before. I do the senior yoga sometimes, but I don't have any like videos or anything. I've been walking though, but the thing is, like, since I'm not walking during the day for my job because I'm just sitting here all day, like by the time I go for my walk, I only have like 1,000 steps for the day, so I have to do all of my walking, and so it takes like an hour and a half. So that's that's a big chunk of the day. And then yeah. You used to listen to podcasts, but then I got too many podcasts. Yeah. Well, you could listen to the 100 side hustles then. Apparently that's like the best 100 stories. Let's see. Oh, I got lost in the comments. Hollywood Homicide and the Queen's Assassin. Nice. So I carry all my anxiety in my body, and it's a trait that I actually gave to the character in the book that I'm editing right now. And so we're very similar in that, and my camera just went out of focus, probably because I don't have any light in here. And so like my muscles will clench, and I have to like consciously unclench them. I have to basically like meditate to unclench them, and the muscles in my legs, like all my muscles will just clench, including my jaw. But usually my neck and my shoulders see the worst of it. Yesterday I woke up and I stretched, just like, usual stretching that you do, where you're just like this. And I pulled a muscle in my shoulder because everything is so tense. And I'm old is the other problem. Song of Race and Ruins arrives tomorrow. Very nice. Icy hot patches. Nice. Yeah, I broke out the heating pad yesterday for my shoulder. Yeah, so I'm just trying to stay healthy and maybe get some writing done. Behind me is an apartment building. Each night around this time, a guy sits on his balcony and plays hits from the 60s and 70s, and sometimes he sings along. This is amazing. That's so good. All right. It is time for another writing spread, but I just wanted to read that. So, y'all about ready? It is weird. I like literally did a whole chapter. Like I'm at the beginning of another chapter. Sounds cool. Oh, it's a scene. It's not a chapter. There we go. All right. Did you hear my stomach? All right. So I'm gonna pull up this timer again. Oh, not that one. This one. I changed the background, Jessica, because you told me it looked like Miami Dolphins colors, and I couldn't have that. All right. So I'm gonna put this banner up. And we're gonna get this started. On your mark, get set, go. All right, that is time. How did everyone do that round? Let's take a look. Well, Jennifer, I'm glad you got in a little bit. Oh man, I'm tired today. 177, nice, Kaylee. I got through another chapter. It looks like chapter every 20 minutes or so is pretty well. I guess it depends on how much work I have to do. Sometimes when I have to rewrite scenes, it's a lot longer, obviously. 241. Oh my gosh, 241 and 240 for Courtney and Victoria. That's so funny. Y'all are so close. One scroll away from finishing that chapter. Nice. Like it. I'm sorry, I can't stop yawning. I haven't had my walk yet today. Another 6 pages of edits. You also topped off your class. Nice. 236. That's so funny. Y'all are all within 5 of each. Well, not all of you, but 3 of you are within 5 of each other. That's hilarious. Oh, 346. Nice, Emily. So you picked up a little steam there. Maybe didn't have a pet getting sick. What do we usually talk about in before the third one? I can't remember. My brain is shot. Draft Fast and Ugly. Nice. Yeah, I tend to too. Whenever I know exactly anyway what I'm writing. So the short that I have to write, it has to be a Little Mermaid sci-fi or fantasy retelling. And the original idea I had for it, I realized before I started writing, luckily, that it wasn't going to work. And so I'm developing a new idea, but it usually takes me quite a while of just like thinking and like letting it process in my head before I can write. But I can't do that really well because I have to write it fast. And so I'm struggling. I have the main characters' names, and that's it. So cool. I decided to revise today instead of working on it because I do not have the brain capacity to do that today. Mm-hmm. Thanks, y'all. Names are a start. It does take me a while to find names, so it's gonna be a sci-fi. I know that. So tomorrow's Pit Mad. I don't know if any of you are participating or if you even know what it is. Pit Mad is a Twitter pitch event where people pitch their book to agents and editors at acquiring publishing houses in a single tweet. It has been going on since 2012 or 13, one of those. And for the past 3 years, I've been helping to run it. And so I have a couple hours tomorrow where I'm helping out with that. Yeah, I don't know if any of y'all... Jessica, are you participating? Oh, Terry, you're working on your pitches. Oh, Ebony, you said earlier that you're going to participate, right? Pit Mat is always a lot of fun, but it's also very tiring because it goes for 12 hours. When I first took it over 3 years ago, well, before then it was basically just Brenda doing it, and then I started doing it, and I was like, this is exhausting. 12 hours of doing this. And then I asked a couple people for help, and one of them was Lee Marr, who's our social media director now because of all this. And Lee was like, hey, we could get a couple more people and then it would be so much work. And I was like, that is genius. I don't know why I didn't think of that. Jessica Baker is not doing this round. Don't have anything ready yet. Okay. Jessica Borsey is going to first time. Nice. Good luck. Kaylee's, I jumped, sorry. Kaylee's skipping this round. Ebony, you've been working on pitches since yesterday. Nice. Jessica has 2 half-baked drafts. Yeah, so you're not quite ready yet. Oh, look at y'all. Y'all are so supportive. Make sure y'all, retweet each other and stuff. We added a new hashtag for it's BVM for Black Voices Matter. And so if y'all see some tweets tomorrow that you like that have that hashtag, I definitely recommend you retweet them. Oh, that's a good question, Victoria. So you're not supposed to like the pitches. It's okay to retweet. Don't retweet with a hashtag though, because that clogs the feed up basically. So feel free to retweet or reply as well. So you can retweet, you can comment retweet as long as you don't add the PitMed hashtag, and you can reply to show your support as well. And yeah, I think that's it. What's the etiquette for it? I guess that's what some people like retweet a lot of people, some people only retweet a couple people. I'm usually logged into the Pitch Wars account, so I can't retweet because that would definitely not be fair, right? But sometimes I'll look on my phone too, and I'll retweet ones that like really catch my eye, or have an interesting like theme. Yeah, it was someone suggested it to us in a tweet. Well, they were suggesting BLM, but we didn't want to crowd the BLM hashtag, and also we didn't want to bring trolls who troll the BLM hashtag upon writers pitching either. And I produced a panel for Everywhere Book Fest called Black Voices Matter. And so we kind of borrowed it from that. It had Jason Reynolds in it, who everyone knows I'm a big fan of. So yeah, it'll be fun tomorrow. And I think even if you're not pitching, I think it's a good exercise just to look at the pitches and see how other people are pitching. And you can go through and you can look at the ones that you respond to. Like look at the ones that when you read you think it's good, and then kind of break them down and see what they've done and why you think it's good, and see if you can learn something from that and apply it to your own pitches. So even if you're not pitching, I feel like it's a good event. You can also, if you're looking for writing friends, replying to people, telling them how much you like their pitch, retweeting, is a great way to make writing friends on Twitter as well. And we see like hundreds and hundreds of connections every time that are made from people doing that. Oh yeah, Jennifer's asking for everyone's Twitter handle, so she can check out the PitMod pitches tomorrow. Yeah, so drop those in there. Oh, thanks, Ebony. Yeah, I hope people found it helpful. Yeah, so go ahead and drop your Twitter handles. I'll drop mine just in case there are people who don't know it. I think everyone here came from Twitter, but just in case. And after everyone drops their handles, we will start our next writing sprint, our next and final writing sprint. And then I will go eat dinner. All right, we got Jennifer's and Ebony's and Jessica Borsey's. I hope I'm saying your name right, Borsey. I think it seems, what's the word? Phonetic. And Courtney and Terry. Cool. All right. Thanks for that, Jennifer. That was a good idea. I'm glad we did that. Awesome. Thanks, Jessica. Oh, and Jessica Baker's is in there too. Cool. All right. So I always try to announce. So she said I was surprised and impressed. I always try to announce or pronounce names phonetically, because pretty much every language except for ours is phonetic. So, because then at least if I'm wrong, then I have an excuse. So I was pronouncing phonetically. All right. So ready? Everybody ready to get started? I'm just going to stretch a little bit, but not enough to injure myself again. All right. I think we're ready. Cool. I'm going to put up that banner again. Writing sprint happening now. And on your mark. Oh, I got to share my screen again. Sorry. There you go. On your mark. Get set. Go. All right, that is time, everyone. How did y'all do? I saw Ebony had to head out. She has to wake up early in the morning. Oh gosh, sorry again. I don't even know. I got through like a chapter and a half. That one chapter I didn't have to make any changes, but the second half of this chapter, I'm gonna have to make a lot of changes. So hopefully I can keep my momentum going after I eat dinner and take a walk. I'm a night owl, so I stay up late anyway. How did everyone do that round? All right, let's see. Kayla got 230. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Courtney also got 230. Jessica Borsey got 278. Jessica Baker finished one chapter and started the next. You're a third of the way through that one. Nice. Oh yeah, because you had one scroll left on that chapter. Terry's eating. Congratulations. I will be there in a minute. Victoria got 435. Very nice, Victoria. So how did y'all do throughout the whole evening? I think I got 3.5 chapters edited, but I didn't really spend a lot of time on 2 of them chapters. So yeah. So how did everyone do what was your summary for the evening? I do feel like we get like each 20 minutes is more productive, at least for me, because I start just like getting more in the zone. I've like reoriented myself, especially if it's like today when I haven't worked on the project for a week. That's a long time to spend away from a project. Whereas if you're working on it every day, I think it's easier to get reoriented when you start. Courtney got 657 total. Less than I wanted, but more than I had before I started. True. Yes, very true. I'm not having caffeine today either. That's probably why I'm yawning so bad. So it's funny, the comments on StreamYard, they come in batches. I think it like checks every 30 seconds or something. So like if you're all answering at the same time, it'll look like nothing's happening, and then all of a sudden it'll look like everyone answered at the same time. -4 words for the day. Nice, Jessica. I tend to overwrite, so when I edit, I add a lot of words. So like I'm I would say 2/3 of the way through the first round of revisions on this book. I mean, the first round of revisions since receiving the notes from my editor, my agent, and I've added like 1,700 words on it. But I know a lot of people kind of like overwrite, and then they have to remove a lot of words when they edit. Though sometimes you have to just like swap out entire chapters too, which is something else. Lots of distractions at your house, Jennifer. Yeah. Oh, well, hopefully you got a little bit of work done. 901, it's a mess, but I'm really happy. Nice. I'm doing an experiment with an old concept. Interesting. Cool. I'm really excited to eat. I make like a modified bibimbap. I get food from a butcher delivered, or meat from a butcher delivered, because it's all pasture raised. And so I got like all my meat delivered, and then I have, I make things with it. And so what I did with at least one per shipment of the ground pork, I make like a modified bibimbap with pork and some cucumber and carrots and sauteed spinach over rice. It's really good. You took 400 words out yesterday. Wow, you had to delete an entire scene. Sometimes that happens. And I feel like near the end of this, I kind of have to do some reordering. So it's going to be a lot more like shuffling kind of work, which is always frustrating to me just as like a person who likes things to be clean. Like when you start taking out scenes and adding scenes back in, it stresses me out. It is, Courtney. Yeah, it's the last. So it makes like I make a pound and it makes like 4 servings. So this is my last one that I have, my last serving that I have. My friend is messaging me trying to get me to start a bookstore because something happened with our local bookstore, which I am not going to talk about publicly because of my job and our relationship with that bookstore and the fact that I have been scolded for things I said on social media in the past. But if you want to DM me, I will tell you. And my DMs on Twitter are open. So let me know if you want to know what's going on there. All right. Well, thank you all so much for joining me tonight. I'm really glad that we got a whole hour of work in today. Well, most of us. Some of us were eating, Jennifer. But Jennifer's gonna keep working, so she'll have plenty of work done. But yeah, I love having this together. We get an hour of work in, and also some community building, and chatting with you all just like makes it worth it. So thank you all for coming. And I'll definitely be back next week. I haven't scheduled it yet, but I will schedule it after I create the graphic. And so hopefully you'll come next week. Next week will definitely be at 7, but maybe after that I might be going a little bit later. So thank y'all and have a good night and stay safe. Wash your hands and Black Lives Matter. Have a good night, everyone.